Hey you guys, it's Toya and thank you for watching Toya JTV. Today I want to give you some reasons, the top 5 reasons that you should fire your current hairstylist. This may seem a little crazy for me to do a video like this since I am a hairstylist, but I know that there are a lot of great hairstylists out there, but there are some not so good hairstylists out there. And just because you're going to a hairstylist does not mean that you have a good one. You have to know the signs that you have a good one and the signs that you need to maybe move on. Okay, so one of the top 5 reasons that you need to change hairstylists, if they are constantly late. For instance, you have a 9 o'clock appointment. You get there at 9 o'clock. Your hairstylist does not get there till 1:15. You need to fire your hairstylist. You don't get a call, a text, an email, a smoke signal, nothing telling you that they're going to be running late, and you're just sitting there waiting. That stylist does not respect you, does not respect their time, because I guarantee you, if you had a 9 o'clock appointment and your hairstylist showed up at 9 and you didn't show up till 1 o'clock, do you think that hairstylist would still do your hair? No, she would not. So you all need to have some mutual respect for each other. My clients, I give my clients pretty much like a 15-minute grace period. At least call me and tell me that you're going to be running late or you're not coming. That way I can, see what else I can do as far as, do I have time to still do you? Can I get somebody else to come in your place? Can I move some, switch some things around to still accommodate you? But if I don't get a call, I don't hear anything from you, then I don't know, I have no idea what to do. So at that point, if you have a stylist that does that, has done that, and then when they get there, there's no explanation, no I'm sorry, no nothing, it's time to get another hairstylist. Reason number 2. Especially if you are relaxed, if every time you leave you have severe scalp burns, it's time to get another hairstylist. Any good hairstylist knows that you do not put a relaxer directly on the scalp. You put it on the hair. A lot of my clients always say, I love when you do my relaxer because it never burns. Okay, this is a tip. It's not supposed to burn. Because, like I said, you're only supposed to put it on that hair. It should not be on your actual scalp at all. Now, disclaimer, I do know that there are some of you out there that will burn, and will not say a word. You want to sit there because you want that hair to get as straight as possible. This does not apply to you. This is applying to the people where even if you start burning, and you tell your hairstylist, okay, I'm starting to burn, and they say, okay, let me just keep, I just got a little bit more to go, let me just keep on getting this part. No. And when my clients tell me I'm burning, at that point, okay, it's time to rinse, because you do not want a chemical burn. The relaxer is a harsh chemical. When it's burning your scalp, it means it's time to rinse it out, because it should not even burn in the first place. Alright? So, if your stylist does not seem to care that you are burning, it's time to replace your hairstylist. Reason number 3 to replace your hairstylist. If you have had severe hair loss, that should be a very obvious reason to fire your hairstylist. I have had clients that have come to me where basically the whole middle of their head was just nothing but new growth, and then all of this around the edges is long. Why? Because their hairstylist gave them a relaxer and permanent color at the same time. And even if you aren't a hairstylist, you know that this is a no-no. But some hairstylists think that if you're getting a dark color like black or dark brown, that it's okay to give you that permanent hair color and your relaxer at the same time. They figure as long as it's not a light color, it won't do anything. That's not the case, okay? Especially if your hair is already over processed and damaged from relaxers anyway. Your hair is already weak. Then adding another chemical on top of a relaxer of the permanent hair color, that's just it gets your hair to a point where it says I can't take it anymore, and it just breaks. And I've seen some severe cases, I've seen some close calls, and I've seen some, you know, some very bad cases where the client's hair just completely came out and they're wondering what happened. Because, you know, you all trust us to do what we were trained to do. So many of you don't really ask a lot of questions because you trust, okay, this person has a license, they're professional, they know what they're doing. But and you really don't want to get to a point where you see bad results. You know, you kind of want to stop it before it gets to that point, but sometimes you just, it's not your fault. It's completely the stylist's fault. But if, like I said, if you have had severe hair loss, it's time to change your hairstylist. Right, tip number 4. If you are you're just unhappy with your hairstylist, you know, every time you go, you feel like you have to go home and, you know, do something different to it, or, you know, you don't really look like you left the hairstylist, you know, you always got to do something extra, and you're just not happy, you know, you have to go home and tweak it every time, then, you know, it may be time to change hairstylists. Keep in mind that it is your job to tell your hairstylist exactly how you want your hair. It's important to communicate exactly what you're wanting, what you're expecting them to do. Now, I have had clients in the past that have told me, I want my hair just like this. Like, they'll come in with their hair straight. I usually wear my hair like this. Okay, so I do it straight. Then they go home and say, oh, I could have did this myself. I wanted some curls. Okay, well, you didn't tell me that. You told me you wanted straight hair, so you got straight hair. So in that case, that's not what I'm talking about. But if you tell your hairstylist, I want curls, and you leave with some waves, okay, that your stylist is not listening. But if you tell your hairstylist, I want curls, and you leave with curls, no, if you tell them I want curls and you leave with straight hair, okay, your stylist is still not listening to you. It's time that you may need to change hairstylists, okay? So, be sure that you communicate exactly what you want. Okay, and the last thing that I'm going to talk about, one of the reasons why you may need to fire your hairstylist. If you go in and ask for a trim and you get a full haircut, it might be time to fire your hairstylist. However, let me say, I have had clients, okay, that have not had a trim in years. They need a cut. But what I will do is say, look, Miss Smith, this is how much of your hair. This is how much of your hair needs to come off. Okay, you haven't had a trim in 3 years. Is that okay? You know, I don't just start cutting. If she says, yeah, that's fine, then I'll go ahead and do it. If she says, you know, I'm not comfortable with that, then I'll take off however much she is comfortable with, and I'll say, okay, you need to kind of come back on a regular basis so we can take off little bit by little bit until we get to where we need to be. Because if you don't get all of the split ends, what it's going to do is continue to split up the hair shaft. It's never going to just fix itself. So all of the split ends need to come off, but you don't have to take them off all at once. If it's too much of a shock to the client, then you can just take off little bit by little bit until you get to where you need to be. But if you sit down and you tell that person you need a trim, your hair is about as long as mine, you come up and your hair is here, don't go back to that hairstylist, okay? Because if she did not tell you how much she was taking off, she didn't turn you around and to that mirror and show you, okay, this is what I'm about to do, then she just does whatever he or she wants to do. All right, so those are a few reasons that you may want to switch hairstylists. I'll do another video telling you how to find a great hairstylist. Okay, so but that's enough for today. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Bye bye.